Hi everyone, this is Yaro here coming to you live from inside my home office. It's really my living room. My kitchen is just over there, so it's all in the one space. I like it that way. Now, I'm doing this video for many reasons. I've got a little story to tell you regarding product creation in a moment, but first I want to fulfill on a promise I made to my Twitter followers. If you're on Twitter, you would have heard me talk about how I was going to purchase a stand-up table, and of course it's entirely Evan Pagan's fault that I have switched to a stand-up table. He recommended it in his Wake Up Productivity training program, and I wanted to test it out, mainly because I find sitting down all day is actually very bad for my back, and I do find standing up a lot more energizing in some ways. And while you get tired, your legs get tired, it actually is good because it forces you to leave the computer, so you can be very productive and feel solid with your posture for maybe an hour or 2 hours worth of work, and then you're actually getting a bit tired in the legs, so you can move over and do something else, do some exercise, sit down, something like that. So whatever it is, it forces you to move away from your computer, and that's key because to be productive, it really should be in small bursts of focused effort, 1 hour, 2 hours. So this is a great way to enhance that, and really, if you're the kind of person who sits in a chair and gets stuck there, using a stand-up table like this is one way to force yourself to be very focused in the amount of effort you do, because your legs will get tired for much longer than that. So this is it here. I bought this from IKEA. It cost, I think, I bought a slightly the upper model, the upper class table, if there is such a thing. It costs about $40 for each of the legs, so about, what's that, $160 for the legs, and maybe I think it was about $100 for the wood. So the table costs close to $300 when it's all said and done. In case you're wondering here, obviously I'm standing at the table, and it goes up to just about my belly button height, and it's very comfortable actually to work on. And you may be curious what the other setup I have here. This is a 30-inch Mac screen that's plugged into, that's not a computer itself, that's just a monitor. That's plugged into my MacBook Pro here, and they disconnect through a cable. So when I'm at home, I plug the MacBook Pro directly into the monitor, which gives me obviously a fantastic, huge display. It's bigger than the TV I used to have. And when I'm out and about, I just take the MacBook Pro and work on it from cafes or etc. And it's just, that's it. You're looking at my printer here. I've got my files and folders and some study materials there, and that's my setup. So I do recommend, if you're thinking about getting a stand-up table, give it a shot. I'll report back to you how I'm going. I have to admit it was a bit tough this morning. It was the first full day I've been using the stand-up table, and I did my teleconference call with my membership site mastermind students today, and I spoke for about 2.5 hours, and all said and done, to get all that set up, and I wanted to sit down after that. So it makes you appreciate sitting down, that's for sure, but we'll see how it goes. But on to the meat of today's subject, so let's move a little bit closer to you. Now, I want to talk about a couple of things. Really important thing, first of all, is the idea of creating a product online as a way to make money. Now, it's been said over and over again that product creation and having your own product is the key to big profits. I'm not going to go over that, just accept that that is fact. I'm a case study of that. I've made my most significant increase in income. We're talking a triple increase after I released my first product. Now, one of the key things, and we'll start with the person who's responsible for me getting this table, Evan Pagan. And one of the key things I learned from Evan was the principle of having a sales funnel of products, really having a back end and a front end and a series of products that people move their way through in the funnel shape, or depending which way you put it, that way or that way. And what happens with that is people will buy an entry-level product and then a slightly more expensive product, and you can move them all the way back through to a very high-end workshop or seminar or private coaching, whatever it is, $10,000 product, something like that. Obviously, you don't have to get that far yourself. You can start at the beginning, as you should always start, and just get that first front-end product created. But now, in my situation that I've got some experience to talk about, I have 3 products currently on the market, three membership sites in this case: Blog Mastermind, Become a Blogger Premium with Gideon as a partner in that one, and Membership Site Mastermind. Now, obviously, having more than one product is much better than just having one product, because one product can do wonders for your income stream, but you multiply that by 2 or 3 when you get more products. So I recently listened to an audio, and Evan was talking about how many products are in his funnel, and he mentioned it briefly. It was about 12 plus products in the Double Your Dating program. So you can imagine if one product, does $100,000 a year for you, multiply that by 12, you've got $1 million plus business there. So, and I see proof of that. Each product I have usually generates around about $100,000 for me in income over the course of a year. Sometimes more, sometimes less. This is the level I'm at the moment. Some of these guys have $1 million products. You may just have a $20,000 product, but if you have more than one, it really is exponential. Which leads me on to my next point. You may have heard of a good friend of Eben, and a friend of mine too, named Mike Filsaime, and you very likely have seen his marketing materials across the internet marketing industry over the last few years, and of course recently as well. One of the key things I remember learning from Mike was his concept of, back when he released his first product and doing his first launch, how successful it was. And he had all these opportunities and ideas that he wanted to get out to people. And his biggest issue was the ability to roll out products quick enough. And he set himself a goal with his company to do a rollout every 30 days, so one product a month. Do the math there. Thank you, Bird. Do the math there, and if you have one product coming out, even if, let's say it does terribly and it makes only $5,000 for you, you got one of those coming out a month, it's going to build up. And that shows the power of having a rollout of a new product every 30 days. That's not something I'm personally at myself. I seem to roll out a product around about every 3 to 6 months, or some kind of launch anyway, and that's resulted in a fantastic business for me, well and truly over multiple six-figure business now, and that is powerful. And the interesting thing there, one of the big constraints for Mike to roll out his products every 30 days was the people around him. He needed to get more people around him in order to have the resources available with which to do that many product rollouts and do them in such a short period of time. So for him, that was one of the big constraints, was building that company around him. And I can see the value in doing that myself. Obviously, I'd like to bring in more talented people myself to roll out more products at a comfortable pace. I'm not in the fast lane here. I like to work at the pace I'm comfortable with, and right now it's wonderful. But that leads me to the last and final point on this subject of content and, of product creation, which ties into what Rich Scheffer talks about, who you probably already know as well. He's another lead guru or mentor in this area. One of the big things he discusses is the idea of business constraints, so those elements that hold your business back. Mike Filsaime, example there, he wanted to do rollouts every 30 days. His constraint was the resources to do so. And your constraint probably is somewhere along the lines of getting your own product out the door as well, and establishing a foundation so when you do the launch of a product, it's successful. So there'll be all kinds of constraints there holding you back. So I think you can see the holistic process there. Having a product is great. Having multiple products is fantastic. Being able to roll out multiple products in a year, thanks to the structure of your company, is key. And dealing with all the constraints that are holding you back from getting to that position is something that we all have to deal with, and no matter what level you're at, you have some kind of constraints. So I'm going to wrap up this video so it doesn't get too long. What I do recommend is a call to action for you right now, if you haven't done so already, is go check out what Rich is going to be doing when he launches his business growth system, or relaunches it, the 2.0 version of it coming out. It's the program I did a couple of years back, and that's in fact was the program that was the precursor to me launching my first product. So there was a lot of Rich involved in terms of what I studied of his, and then what I put into that product, how I structured it, how I was able to launch it, and so forth. So I do definitely recommend anything that's coming out from Strategic Profits. That's Rich's company right now. And check out the program. Obviously it's not for everyone, but a lot of the free resources, the teleconference that just went out, the Uncertainty Syndrome a report that Rich has circulating right about now, if you see this video when it comes out live, and just anything Rich puts out there about constraints, the Internet Business Manifesto, and so forth. Great stuff, well worth checking out. I hope you enjoyed the video today. I hope you like my stand-up table here and everything with my little desk, and I don't know, I get excited about that stuff. And I hope you get out there and release your first product if you haven't done so already. That's it for me. My name is Yaro Stark. Please check out my blog if you haven't done so already. It's at entrepreneurs-journey.com. Or of course you can Google my name, Yaro, Y-A-R-O, and you will find my blog quite easily. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again on another video very soon.